It's so beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Hello, this is John Charles Duncan, film outlaw, filmmaker, scumbag extraordinaire, horror movie maker. As you know, I am making a horror movie with a cast of nothing but homeless people because I myself have been a homeless person and all my friends are homeless people.
Pass me that K2, nigga. Pass me that
So,
K2.
here's one of the actors that's gonna be in our fucking lovely film is the Mr. Pounds. Lovely Pounds, how are you doing?
I'm doing alright, how you
doing
fucking
okay,
doing,
brother?
man? You look like a fucking Ronald McDonald.
I bet. So,
I'm just getting out and about and starting my day, getting drunk. And I'm here waiting on my friend. I got him a Dallas Cowboy hat.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah.
I thought you hated the fucking Cowboys.
That's why I'm giving it away.
You're like, before I wipe my ass with this stupid fucking hat, you know, I'd like to fucking,
I want you to know, don't touch that dumpster over there because that's mine.
You know, he peed on it. It's
that's
the rules of the jungle. That's how it works, people.
Yeah, that's mine. You'll know.
So, Pounds, what do you think? A movie about fucking bums getting superpowers from toxic waste. Do you like it?
Yeah, dude. I think it would be fucking awesome.
So here's my thing. It's like I only have so many powers I thought of. There's like the hooker that when she gets pissed off hulks out into a giant herpy. Or the home bum who can control fucking trash and shit, right? What do you think would be an awesome shitty power a bum would have?
Just like you said.
Well, no. I only got so many fucking powers, you know. Where I got another one where it's like, there's the one home bum who's schizo as fuck. He thinks he's making people's heads explode, but in reality they just shit their pants, you know.
That'd be cool.
Exactly.
He's exploding something. It's just the
That'd
wrong
be
end.
cool, man.
Exactly. But in his mind, it's all badass, like scanner style.
Like a zombie style type shit.
Exactly.
Nice. I think it would be cool, brother.
Exactly.
I want to be one of those guys in there.
No, you're gonna. Oh, trust me. You're one of my only friends.
Cool.
So, fucking hey, since another
I'm looking for some crack. You got any for sale?
Some butt crack, but that's about, it's out of your price range, brother. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about that later.
So, Pounds, as we all know, you're homeless. How long you been homeless, brother? When was the last time you had a place?
30 years.
God damn.
That's a long time.
Just doing like rainbow circuit or
what? A dead tour, rainbow gatherings, just traveling.
Right.
Being free, Nick.
How old are you, Pounds?
50, I just turned 50.
Fucking A, man.
December 12th.
I mean, when was the last time? I mean, you had to have been settled down. I mean, was there something that like pushed you over the edge where you're like, "Fuck this," you know?
Well, I was a speed freak for 20 years, so I don't do that shit no
But that's
more.
when you were like working and shit. Yeah, exactly.
I had
like
a place
being free, fucking fix that shit.
for a little while there, for a while, maybe 5 years, maybe.
5 years. Yeah, because I remember when I met you, you had an apartment and stuff. Fucking A. I didn't know you were on speed. Could have fooled me. Shit, fucking A.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Kim were talking about fucking Fro's apartment.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine fucking Fro with a fucking apartment.
Let me tell you what, you go in that apartment, and I'm telling you, Dick, a couple times made me puke in my mouth a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Nah, I hear that.
It was like going into a squat, but it shouldn't have been a squat.
Yeah. Well, Fro's been through a lot.
Hey,
speaking of that crusty fuck, where's he at? Is anything he wants? I know that motherfucker wants to be in a movie. Fuck your name. So shit. What do you? So
Homeless porn.
Yeah, we're calling it homeless porn.
That's good.
Bumageddon.
I like that.
The spray
That's
edition.
a good one, bro.
Bumageddon.
Okay, get you.
Volume 1.
It's gonna get you.
Oh
The spray
my God.
gonna get you.
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Hey, I wanted to show you my book.
So here's the real thing, Pounds. I don't know, since everybody's like fucking hating on homeless people so much these days, especially Austin with this shit.
Oh, it's getting bad on that.
No, exactly. That's one of the reasons I want to make this fucking movie, is so that people can realize, you know, it's like, oh, they're not just bums. They can actually think for themselves and make a fucking movie. They can actually do this. We're real people.
Well, we're
valuable,
fucking human beings, just
valuable
like
fucking skills.
You know?
And shit, and that's like the real fucking shit, you know?
Show and make bank off of it, big.
I'm hoping that I can get us all at least put in a hoodie for a week each, or you know, whichever actors make it to the end of the movie, because I'm not gonna hose you down with fake blood and not supply somebody with a shower, you know. Hence, you know, I'm calling upon the citizens of Austin that don't fucking hate homeless people. You know, help us make a fucking movie that'll entertain you. You can laugh about it for years. It'll be on the internet.
For example, just earlier when I was panhandling, the lady told me to get a fucking job.
Well, this is kind of like
you know what I said? I said, "Welcome to America."
Ba-bum.
She fucking got mad, dude. She got mad.
I bet.
You son of a bitch. I thought she was gonna call the cops, so I just laughed.
See, another thing I was thinking about doing with this movie, though, what do you think about this, Pounce? Is not only did I want homeless people playing the bums, I want homeless people to play the normal people.
I could do that.
And then that way, at the end of the movie, they're like, all these people were homeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I couldn't even tell this dude was homeless. I couldn't even tell that guy totally looked like, you know, a corrupt corporate fucking manager. You know, that guy totally looked like the fucking janitor at the Five and Dime. You know, just to kind of like rip off the veneer of like, oh, we're all fucking, you know, heathen fucking scum fuck fucking pieces of garbage.
Doesn't even necessarily always mean I don't have a job.
That's right.
Exactly. I mean, you ever been to a truck stop? Plenty of jobs, I tell you.
Plenty of love.
Yeah, lots of love to give. I was born with a big heart.
In the parking lot.
Yeah, yo. Hey, I'll be here all week, folks. Don't worry, okay? Till the next kindly fucking person gets me right out of here, right?
An RV or a bus. Like, I don't want to fucking.
So what do you think about the arch, Vic?
Oh, I fucking Jesus! Welcome to the jungle, baby.
God, man, that's terrible down there, man. It's so terrible. I went down to the arch the other day, dude.
Yeah.
Documentary photographer.
And it's just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
I just walked by and I'm
Now
like,
it's all FEMA camped out, Crackheadville. We all fucking know that.
it's crazy, man.
Well, but what do you think about that? Because honestly, it's like, you know, I've always, when I was homeless, I always had people be like, why don't you go to the arch?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me that.
And like, I always had to tell them, I was like, man, I'm more likely to get motherfucking robbed at the fucking arch
Oh, yeah.
than I am
somebody pull a
fucking
gun out or
passed out behind a dumpster. And a lot of people, a lot of fucking yuppies don't fucking understand that shit. You know, they fucking turn a blind eye. Blind ear, you know, these millionaires are getting tax write-offs on these fucking like Thunderdome-esque fucking homeless shelters.
You need better resources here.
So I was just showing.
Well, I mean, what do you think would actually help?
The opioid crisis, and I'm doing something about
Rich folks helping us would be nice.
Yeah, but I mean, see, the way rich folks help us is shit like the arch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that. So it's like,
I think they ought to make it like bigger or better, where more people can fit in, you know, fill it up.
yeah, because I mean, what is it, like first come, first serve arch, like first 100, 200 heads or whatever? Yeah.
A lot of churches are like that too.
Well, I mean, there's only so much they can do, and it's understandable. I mean, I always say, man, they're always knocking down these shitty apartments, or like the frat house over there.
Yeah,
Why not fucking...
are they tearing that down?
Yeah, why don't... I mean, they've been fucking working on the fucker for so many goddamn years, but it's like, why don't you take a place like the frat house?
Yeah.
It's individual apartments. If you have a program, you know, it's like... You know, I'm not saying go like fucking
I get a bedroom.
Deutschland Nazi on it, but you know, be like, hey, you're drunk enough to stand. You can come in. You know, like transitioning to actual.
Yeah.
You know.
The shelter in Santa Fe, what they do is everybody comes in at 6. If you're drunk, you gotta wait till 9. You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta sober up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably normal. But
I
yeah, I think they need to make it better for us.
Yeah. But I mean, the real question is how. You know, it's like, dude, I've been homeless my entire adult life, and even I'm just kind of like, how do you make it better? You know, how is that possible? And I mean, it's even a conundrum for the rest of us.
There's enough. Well,
we're happy.
There's enough condemned
I'm happy.
and foreclosed houses for everybody here to have everybody.
I have nothing and I'm happy.
But I mean, sometimes
I have nothing and I'm happy.
Sometimes happiness don't mean shit though. Like in the end, I mean, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I do, man. I know exactly what you're saying.
I know, bro. I don't know. Anybody else want to be in a horror movie? Or want to do a little interview? Right now, Austin is amidst what the general populace calls a homeless epidemic. Would you not agree?
They call it that.
Exactly.
It's a little worse than it's been in years. It's not actually epidemic, but it's okay. They call it that because we made it safe to come out of the woods to the sidewalks. And it turns out actually people don't want to live in the woods in non-safety. They actually, I mean, it tells you what the woods are like.
Right.
They'd rather live on a sidewalk, harassed and looked at badly, right, than live out in the woods. That tells you something about the woods.
No, I don't think you can.
Hey, but honestly, you have to think about it.
It's just an opinion. So.
Yeah.
But you have to think of it this way, okay? Like, for instance, I mean, before Austin did this law, most of us were in the fucking woods. You know what I mean? And I mean, what do you not have in the woods? You don't have running water. You don't have electricity. You don't have what a lot of countries consider the
clearly
human
voted
basic.
when it was no longer, I'm going to be harassed and told, get the hell, I don't care where the hell you go, but go someplace else.
Right.
They came to the sidewalks.
Course.
I mean, maybe it was just a celebration of freedom for a minute, but I personally believe it's because the woods aren't as great as we thought they were.
Well, no.
About the ruling that happened back in June, right?
Right.
And now, but there was a ruling in October that just said that it was illegal again.
It says it's illegal, however,
there's stipulations.
They can't remove you without giving you a place to go. And now the state has provided one place to go.
Yeah.
And they actually finally put in bus tickets to it, and some people have been to it. I'm not saying
that
it's
means
great.
You have to leave Austin.
No.
No, it's in Austin. It's out on
there's
183.
800 beds approximately in Austin available.
Yeah, in terms of overnight bedding, there's roughly 15%. Right. So there's no bedding solution.
Right.
Overnight bedding solution in Austin.
It's kind of like a tent city, kind of like they have in Seattle.
Well, don't you think they ought to have that?
Well, I mean, it sort of depends. I mean, it depends on whether you're helping people or you're just housing people. If you're just housing people?
Spaces where people
I got to be honest, I don't know.
Right. I mean, we were just
You're
talking.
helping people? Maybe.
We were
If you're
just
housing them?
We were just talking about this earlier.
not.
Like, for instance, the problem with the arch. Like, I know me as like a young homeless person, I've had like, you know, family members and stuff. Why don't you just go to the shelter? They'll help you. And it's like trying to explain to them that actually, you know, going there, it's more likely to get singled out by problematic homeless people.
I mean, the arch is reinventing itself, but it has not been safe, and you can debate whether it's safe right now or not. It's a lot safer than it was.
Right.
But, the arch is a solution from 10 years ago.
Exactly.
By the way,
Exactly.
I mean, not 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Right,
By the way,
right.
at that time, there were little places you could sleep run by private organizations.
Of course.
And they all closed in favor of a centralized place.
Oh my God, I know.
So basically all that money got funneled.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it was wasted or anything else. It was 20 years ago. 20,
Okay.
25-ish.
Oh, no, yeah.
Right? And it was 120 beds, and it's never been increased because, you can't. Anyway, they didn't do anything. And it was placed in a location that nobody gave a crap about. It was a bad place.
But now people give a shit. And things have changed.
Now there's roughly 10 times as many people who are experiencing homelessness in Austin.
Right.
Bed size never increased. and the land is in the middle of an urban environment where it's hard, it's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And all of those little places went out of business.
Oh, I was just
This is a
talking about
hotel,
that.
and you
with,
may only
I was
stay
just
here
talking about that with Pounds.
Yeah.
And it is not awesome, and I realize it's not your dream come true, nor should it be, right? It's temporary housing while you get it together, and they should just pick what they think they have the most of. It's mental health. They say, you know what? That's housing for people experiencing mental health issues. If your primary issue, and you could say, oh, this is too hard to figure out, but we already have the tool for it. They've been using it for 4 years for housing. The coordinated assessment already says, what is your major issue?
True.
Is it substance abuse? Is it mental health? Is it employment history? What is it? Physical health?
Some people might hit all the boxes.
They might, and like if your major issue is, let's just say mental health, then maybe they put you in this motel, and there are orderlies who probably could get jobs at Ash, but that's who staffs the hotel, because it has to be staffed or it's
Right.
it's a disaster, right? But they have to be able to handle what it looks like when I'm good most days, but today it's not good.
Well, I mean,
Or
I would say
I'm
almost
good many days until I decide to go off my meds, and now I'm not good, right? Or whatever. They need to be able to handle what that looks like without just pulling the eviction trigger.
right. Like a revolving door status of which guy is it this week?
If you're drug
We don't
addicted,
fucking
you need
know.
to be around people in different stages of recovery, but there's going to be some people going to a recovery meeting and some people making it, and they tend to encourage the other people.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I feel about housing. Is like, I helped bring a housing grant for $11 million to town, and they are buying top of the line housing for homeless young adults, right? And that's okay with me, except I don't know if that's very smart.
Right.
None of us do. We are literally fucking with people's lives to find out. Experimenting with them, right? What happens at the end of 3 years of having your dream apartment?
And at the end, it's not a conclusion. It's a litmus test.
Right. And that's my fear.
It's a fucking cult. Amen to that, fat boy.
I would be much more comfortable if my money was being spent on, fine, you're a young adult and we want you off the streets immediately. You are in a boarding house at this moment. And
do you guys
set
have
goals for you? And when you achieve those goals, you will be in a shared.
Do you guys have a boarding house situation right now?
I don't have one, right? But
is there's like a grant kind of? So well, basically, oh yeah, I know we're all getting kicked out. Smile for the camera. Okay, hey, but basically, I'll make it real quick. I mean, you were homeless. You just got in a place, right?
Yeah.
What made you homeless in the first place, brother?
CPS.
Child Protective Services.
Yeah, them motherfuckers.
Watered the system.
Always been.
Yeah. Do you foresee there's ever going to be an end to that? You foresee anything ever going to get better?
Man, I worked with this group once that was supposed to be helping and it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change.
No, it's just like funneling money to fucking different people's pockets is what it fucking seems like, right?
Pretty much.
Motherfuckers still out here starving, still out here dying.
And they don't give a shit. As long as the money keep coming.
Yeah. Well, so my whole thing, Jimmy, with this... My whole thing with this movie, Jimmy, is I fucking... I want to have a cast of nothing but homeless or world homeless people playing roles of normal people. And I might even try and get some normal people to play the bum roles. And see if anybody notices. See if anybody notices. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, oh, there's a receptionist that's actually a bum, but nobody notices. And then I get some yuppie drunk on Four Loko and make him act like a bum. Would they be able to know the difference?
I don't think they would.
They wouldn't, yeah, because motherfuckers dumb. They take everything by face value. So, action.
I fell asleep. What's up, dude?
So, action.
Next.
As we know, I'm making a movie. A horror movie about fucking bums by bums. Founded by bums. No, founded by the money of a family and somebody who feels sorry for a bum. But I want to share the wealth with everybody else and raise public awareness. Hey, Allie, how are you doing today?
Doing?
Pretty good. Well, as you know, I'm making a horror movie by bums, for bums, and the general populace will probably skim over on Netflix. Fucking A. Pretty much, well, the real thing is I'm trying to humanize us as homeless people. So, if you were a bum and you had a superpower, what superpower would you have?
I thought about that for a second. I think being invisible until I do not want to be invisible, and when I'm not invisible, everybody has to look at me and just stare until I'm no longer there.
That is some awkward hand in the cookie jar shit, you weird kinky motherfucker. Whatever.
That'd be perfect if you're spanging, and then like everybody has to look at you.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the power's a wash, whatever. So, what's your story, Ellie? I mean, you're a street kid, just like me, just like everybody else.
I will take a swig.
And you are deemed the swig. Yeah, non-union, actors still paid.
That actually tastes really good.
Well, I mean, how'd you end up on the streets, Ellie?
Combination of a college dropout and just a general fuck up.
Well, you went to college, so what were you trying to major in?
Radio, television, and film, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was mostly focused in on radio, but radio is kind of a dead business. You either have to know someone or you have to be someone.
I mean, was there any, because, I mean, you recently, I mean, you've been staying with folks and stuff, so I haven't seen you on the streets as much, so you're doing better, though. You're, like, fucking slowly clawing your way out, right?
Yeah. A decent gig with a shelter and everything, trying to find...
Which shelter?
Safe Alliance. It's technically a women's shelter.
Well, that's great, though. I mean, you're trans.
Yep.
I mean, fucking, like...
Yep.
I don't. Would you say that shelter's been working for you? Or? I mean, have they kind of like what kind of programs have they been doing?
It's basically its own version of rapid rehousing, to where you have to be able to show them the first couple of pay stubs, and they'll find an apartment and they'll pay half of what you make. So, but yeah, I mean, outside of that, I mean. Mostly sold on the idea of traveling. Mostly sold on that.
But I mean, you have to understand, I mean, you're talking to somebody who's like traveled their entire adult life, and it was funny because I actually got married to a girl who was a traveler also, and like her idea of like living life was still traveling, whereas like me, I was just like, no, I want to settle down, I want to build something. You know, and like she never really got that. She never really understood that. You know, is that like I'm sick of this. Everything's up in the fucking air. Bullshit. Like I want stability. The one thing I've never had. You know what I mean?
He come to me.
And I feel like, you know, that's like a real problem with like, you know, all of it. I mean, yeah, it's funny, we even had Terry come out here, and we talked with him, and he was like, oh, this is bullshit, this is that, da-da-da. Y'all gotta move, da-da-da. But it's like, well, where are we gonna move to?
Yep. Right. The whole entire question, because you can only push someone so many times until finally they have nowhere else to go. And then they try going to the woods, and then they get flushed out of the woods, and they're back right here, right in front of everybody for the world to see.
Yeah, well, no, it's weird because Terry was saying, like, why can't they go out to the woods? And it's like, what a douchebag fucking statement to say. Yeah, why can't we go back to the woods? Hey, what is it, Lord of the Flies, Terry? Give me a fucking break, you know? Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, we're back in the woods. I'm fucking wiping my ass with fucking leaves because we don't have pine cones. And even though I'm a kinky son of a bitch, it don't work, you know, whatever. Oh, go. You know, but I didn't shut it off. Oh, yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. So I was trying to explain to Terry, I want to make this movie because I want to trick yuppies into like liking some characters and hating the other characters. I'm almost thinking about every normal character I want in this movie, I want it to be a bum. And every bum character, I want to be a yuppie.
Yeah.
And see if they notice. To see if they even fucking notice. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like by the end of the fucking movie, you realize, holy shit, gibba gabba, wingo wango, everything's topsy-turvy, upside down. I like the bum characters better than I like the normal characters because they're dressed like yuppies. You know what I mean? Like one of those things that like make people like question their existence. Like, holy shit, I like the bum characters better, but they're playing yuppies. Do I only like them because they're playing yuppies and I can relate? Or do I like them because they're better actors, you know? I mean, it sounds stupid, but I mean, like, honestly...
It really doesn't sound stupid.
No, we're one crackhead away from lynch. It seems stupid. You know, it's funny, the more I interview, like, all the pessimistic people, I'm just like, wow, it really does sound stupid. But I think by the time it's done, people will be like, oh my god. These homeless people are real people. They are actually thinking. They are actually helping this guy make a script for a movie because it's something fun and enjoyable, but at the same time, I don't know. I want to see something better of it, you know? I don't know, it's fucking dumb.
Oh, it's not. It's a great fucking dream. Especially from a film director's point of view.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason I'm doing like these kind of interviews now is because I'm making a horror film.
Yeah.
It's like, no, all the bums are gonna be demonized as shit, and it's gonna be weird as fuck. Okay, so one of the things that I thought would be fun with doing this film is like literally these bums that have powers. The only people that can see the powers are the other bums. So we do 2 takes. One take where it's just 2 home bums fighting with each other and nothing, and then we go to the next take and it's all bleh, like superpowers, heads exploding, everything fucking insane, you know, this fucking, and like then it just, which is real? You'll never know.
Yep.
You'll never know, and that's the whole point of the movie. What's real? Are they just crazy? Are they really fighting this fucking evil? Who knows? You know. I don't know, it's silly. Yeah, what do you think? Closing points.
Closing points.
Well, just because the camera's gonna die.
Gotta go find the electricity.
Yeah,
Which there's none of in the woods, by the way, for our camera. Just saying. Can't make movies in the woods. There's no electricity.
Where's the Wi-Fi tree?
Where's the Wi-Fi tree?
Where is
damn it?
that Wi-Fi tree? I thought they had that shit in Belgium or Sweden by now, those fucking cocksuckers.
No, we just thought it would be funny at a rainbow
Dirty
gathering.
bastards.
We put a sign on the tree that said Wi-Fi tree. You could tell who were yuppies or fucking whatever. They were all sitting by the tree trying to fucking... We like fucking greenhorns. Yeah, the Chargers are the third
give me
tree
a
on
break.
the
I
left,
didn't mean to
by
date
the
a
way.
greenhorn. You guys are dicks. Hey, the greenhorn
She'd
found
probably
me.
be one of the ones trying to hook up to the Wi-Fi tree.
That bitch better give me the code. She hasn't given me the code. We've been together for how long? I still don't have the code to the Wi-Fi tree. That is garbage.
Hell,
Garbage, woman. Garbage Wi-Fi tree. You ruined my life, Wi-Fi tree.
Here, put that in there.
You're the reason behind it all, Wi-Fi tree. Oh no. Oh no.
But if you ever go to Rainbow Gathering, go to the
I've
Shitters
never been and I never will.
Go to the Shitters at Kid
Never
Village.
fucking
They have the best
will.
ones. They have like toilets, the little portable toilet seats and shit. Like, and they have like little tarp dividers for the shitter.
So you don't look over and be like, hey Johnny, how's your shit going?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. No, it's all dumb. Film's dumb. When you gonna learn, boy, art is shit. Nobody understands it.
My life is art, and my beer is the paint.
That is beautiful. Hey, wait, but you're also an alcoholic, right? This is an AA meeting. Holy shit.
I'm actually
You know this is an AA meeting, right, man? You done fucked up, son. You in the wrong. We don't take kindly to you non-sober motherfuckers in our AA meeting. Boy, it's full smoking, and please come down to the drag AA meeting. Hey, help us help you. Keep on happening. Keep on going. I mean, what was the stupid shit they said in AA? I don't even remember. Keep on keeping on or some garbage. Yeah.
Keep coming back. It works if you work it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a truck stop whore, I could say the same thing about TA and Flying J. Keep on working it. Keeps on working if you work it. You gotta work it every day. Wow, if that ain't the lot lizard fucking way of life, we're doomed.
Doomed.
Doomed to doom.
That should be the
The idiots are taking over, man.
They've already took over, dude. They're everywhere.
President?
That's why shit.
Well, what do you think? Who do you think the idiots are? Yuppies?
I think the idiots are the people that fucking run shit, man.
Yeah, but they're just as dumb as us. You can't villainize them to superhero. So, yeah. That's why they have such a great 401k and we're screwed, right?
Yeah, actually. Because most of them cheated their way to the top. We're just too honest.
I hear that, Don. What do you think, Alan? Class war. Class war!
Class war. We don't need war. We need class war. We found new homes for the rich. A graveyard.
Oh yeah. Who's gonna pay off my kids' fucking college tuition?
I'll just hate my class self with you.
Get away from fucking lynch mobs. I mean, let's face it. It's true. Like, honestly, the general populace of Austin is just like, I'm so fucking sick of homeless people, I want to poison them like dogs.
Actually, not. Definitely not all.
Not as much as you think.
No, that's generalization. There's a lot more.
Well, I mean, generalizations are how we live our life.
I'd rather not fucking,
Yeah. Well, it's like one thing that I always told people that people thought was crazy is that tattoos on my face saved my life.
Yeah.
And people are like, how the fuck could that save your life? And I was like, I didn't have that anonymity. I was the bad guy all the time, and it made me strive to be better, to rebel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, there's a rule of like this, like, not like you're going to like, don't change your life in like a day or so, but they say just strive to be a better person than you were the last day.
Dude, honestly, that's all I try to do.
Yeah.
Even that, I feel like that's slacking. But, I mean, that's the fucking human condition. That's what we were taught to believe and fucking strive for. I don't know. But it's like one of those things. It's like one thing that, if we didn't have the Bible, you know, people would be terrible. It's like, I can remember being a child, having like a little dog bite me. And like, I fucking kicked the shit out of it, and I started crying.
Yeah.
Just like a little fucking girl. A book didn't teach me that.
No.
They didn't teach me that in Sunday school. That was just like me being like, oh my god, I hurt this animal.
They're not
like,
trying to say you learn everything from the Bible. No, there's things that cannot be taught from the Bible that you just simply feel and know.
But to simply say one all, that one book, one law, one jurisdiction.
They're trying. No, they're trying. No, that's simply is all a big, you know, the big plan for, you know.
Up like the Tick. If you were in the Tick universe and you had a superpower and it was shitty and not that great, but it was still kind of cool. That's kind of what I'm going for. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, there's one. Actually, you can actually make a mean face, and it actually can make people cry. Actually, make people cry. You know, cry like a kid.
Dude. Dude, no, that's good. Dude, it's funny. Like, I was totally thinking like, okay, so I'm thinking about doing it like double, where it's like it just shows. You know how we see like, you know, like crazy fucking Scabby in them. You know, or Grandpa.
I know.
You know how they're just screaming at nothing.
Yes.
I was thinking of filming it two different ways. Or one way where it really is just yuppies walking by like, oh my god, get away.
Make
it's really going.
Make that just also a perspective of the bad guy's ability. He's
Right.
it seem like he can, you know, like the perception.
Of course.
His powers are perception. That's it.
I mean, yeah,
You know?
look at fucking Fox News. Look at anything.
Yes.
Look at CNN.
It's all in perception.
Look at our
Exactly.
fucking government.
It's all in perception.
But it's the evilest power.
Yes.
Everybody else, I want to give crappy powers. You know, like the hooker who hulks out into a giant herpes. The home bum who can control trash. But they're the only one that can see this bum for who he is.
No, but remember, controlling trash is just telekinesis. But it can only work on trash.
Exactly.
That's what
it's hindered.
Yes.
You know, it's like nobody's Superman.
Yeah.
It's more like you're Batman with crappier gadgets.
But then again, remember, no matter how crappy a power is, if used
you
correctly,
can use it. Exactly.
If used correctly, of course. But next question.
Well, next question. So as you know, it's like, because I'm a fucking piece of shit, fucking gutter punk too. Most of the people in this movie are homeless.
Yes.
What made you homeless? Or what occurrences?
Oh.
To explain to a yuppie, dumb it down as for a child.
No. Losing my job and losing my place to live.
Exactly.
That's it.
Wrong time, wrong place.
Yes. Next question.
If you could say anything to General John Q out there, I mean, what would you like to explain to him about, like, our position? That anybody can be homeless.
You can't. I mean, no. Basically, I could just simply say to them, be careful. You're just one very bad week of being one of us.
Amen to that. I think that's a club. Scavengers. I see.
Thanks, Barter.
Indeed. So, as we all know, I'm making a movie about like a bunch of bums getting fucked up by toxic waste and it gives them power. If you accidentally got fucked off on toxic waste dumpster diving, what shitty power would you want?
Control the minds of other people. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's too badass. I'm thinking more like the Tick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, because exactly, it'd be like Chairface Chippendale. What's his power? Nothing really. He's a chair, but with great charisma.
Darwin Duck.
Huh? Yeah.
The Knight Rider.
Ah, shit.
Fuck, dude. Like, I guess being basically a chameleon, changing patterns.
Dude, honestly, what I wanted to do in the movie is that, like, I was thinking the villain would be a character that he had the most of the toxic waste, like, dumped on him.
Right.
And hopped out of the dumpster after it happens. But he can look however he wants people to perceive him. So it's like a little girl walking up to you like a hot chick being like, hey there, hotcakes. You got a cigarette, you know? But it's like a little kid, you know, or like a cop, you know, or something. But the only people who can see this guy are the other bums that got touched with the toxic waste. So basically, the way I want to shoot the movie is like half of it's just like, so you know how there's like Scabby, you know, walking down the street screaming at shit. It's basically, we're gonna film one take of us bums just kind of fucking with each other and looking like complete idiots. But then we're gonna do another take where it's all special effects and blood and like epic as shit, you know?
Change the whole Richter scale.
I don't know. I've made a lot of horror movies before and stuff, but the one thing I'm really about this horror movie is like, we're all homeless or barely got off the streets. You know what I mean? Like, I barely got off the streets. You're still on the streets, you know?
Yeah, but I like the streets.
But
Cheers.
Cheers.
Lima, cheers.
Well, as you know, J-Lo, I am making a horror movie slash comedy about bums with superpowers from toxic waste. If you were a bum with superpowers, what superpower would you have? Well,
I'd be like Alex Mack, or because you know she would turn into a little goop and then like travel.
Oh yeah, the Nickelodeon.
Or like I said before, teleportation, because I've got post-transit stress disorder.
Indeed, I believe it. Preach
The
it.
fucking bus, man. Oh my god. Ugh.
Well, as you know, one thing I thought would be interesting about the movie is that I am casting it with nothing but homeless people. Or people who used to be homeless, you know. Hence why I picked your bumly ass. I know J-Lo and me had spent time on the streets. What made you homeless when you were homeless?
Divorce.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like wrong scenario, wrong time, I had nowhere to go.
Plus I didn't want to bother anybody, so I'd rather have stick to myself, you know?
Right.
I'd prefer to have, you know, stay strong.
Oh, yeah.
Even though sometimes it was painful.
Right.
It was okay.
When you're out there, did you use any of the homeless outreach? Did they have like the arch or any of that stuff? No, just bummed it around, taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Streets, couch surfing, but also maintaining 2 jobs at once.
I mean, that's impressive even in itself, you know? I mean,
yeah,
I don't even have one job.
I was at Voodoo Donuts, and well, don't put that in there, but
well, yeah.
I would maintain 2 jobs at once.
Did any of your co-workers figure out you were homeless while you were working?
At Schlutsky's, they knew, but only the ones I trusted.
Right, but at the same time, they were just like, yeah, it happens, whatever, you know, fucking.
It was like family over there, and they understood. They're like, damn, and you're still working, and you're still homeless, and you can still do this. wow.
I mean, it's tough. I remember I used to work graveyard shift at a Denny's. And I'd sleep in a mausoleum during the day.
Oh wow, that's
real fun.
That's metal as fuck.
Not as fun as one would expect, though. Let me put it that way.
But yeah, working and being homeless, it's tough in itself because you have to figure out where you're gonna take a bird bath shower, so you can be.
Yeah, like Puerto Rican shower or whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes there, or when they were mad at you because like, or us, people out here on the stoop.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa. Or having to wait for them to open up if they wanted to open up an hour late. I'm like, shit, I gotta get to work because I have to do a bird bath real quick at work instead. Fuck.
No, the struggle's real. I mean, I remember when I was out here, it was just like trying to find a place to take a shit. It's like if you can find a fucking porta potty, you're basically just shitting behind a fucking hamster.
I actually had to do that once.
I think we all have.
Yeah, I actually had to do it down like a couple of blocks that way. I was like, I couldn't find anywhere to go, and I had to, and I ended up using like newspaper and
lovely.
like cardboard to clean myself.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Still made it to work the next day at 6 a.m.
Did you ever have any problems with other homeless people, or is everybody else at Ground Zero pretty chill?
I've never had any problems because I've had you, Rob, Pounds protects me, Link protects me.
So you'd say there's a community in itself that, like, probably the regular society just doesn't even understand.
Absolutely. Like you even told me, like, you never go more than like how many people in those tiny little circle?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like more than 5 people, that's too much.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, the more people you group together, the dumber they seem to get, and then that transcends genres and music and religion. It's like you get enough jackasses in a room, it turns to shit. I mean, same thing with a bunch of fucking homeless people. Don't get me wrong. Why do you think I never go to fucking rainbow gatherings,
I don't even, from being homeless, I've always considered myself to want to stay strong and positive and still survive, Obviously I have.
Obviously, still alive.
Still alive, and I'm not a junkie.
Exactly, and you recently got back off the streets, so it's like, where there's a will, there's a way.
I don't even smoke weed.
Yeah, but you never smoked weed, asshole. That doesn't fucking count.
Well, I did when I was like 15. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, you and everybody else, jackass.
When I was in high school. Yeah, I dabbled in the devil's lettuce.
Oh, Jesus.
But no, it's...
Well, I mean, are there any closing words? I mean, would you like to say anything to like normal, average Joe Schmo, yuppie motherfucker? Is there anything you'd like to say?
Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover.
So, as you know, I'm making this movie. A fucking B horror movie, fun shit with bums. If you were a bum that got hit with toxic waste and had a power, what power would you pick, T? Like, take your time, no worries. But I mean, like, yeah, and think like more like the Tick, So we're talking not like the greatest power in the world. It's like a shitty power. You're a bum with a superpower that's kind of shitty, but it's still cool. What would you have? So some of the ideas I have so far are like the hooker that when she gets pissed, she hulks out into a giant herpes wound. or the one home bum who can actually control trash, you know, or, you know, I'm thinking like kind of crappy, silly powers and stuff.
So a crappy, silly power.
Like the Tick, you know, remember he was like Deflator Mouse. He doesn't really do shit, he just wears a cape and jumps down from stuff occasionally. Like shit like that.
Okay. Okay. What's it called?
You know, just like the Tick.
Yeah, okay.
Except it's bums.
Yeah.
So basically, like with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Okay.
you know, it was the ooze that turned them into like people turtles.
I got you.
You know, like that kind of thing.
I got you.
So basically, it's like this industrial evil corporation throws out all this toxic waste, but they make the janitor do it. So he just throws it in a dumpster next to the place and like goes joyriding away. You know, so who's gonna hit the dumpster? Homeless people. You know, with different powers or whatever. You know, like funny or whatever. I mean, honestly, my main goal with this film is I want to cast nothing but homeless people or people who just barely got off the streets. And fucking basically like where there's a scene where there's a receptionist and like a fucking corporate boss, but they're homeless people. Oh, no worries, you're fine, John. How you doing, John? But I mean, do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I like it.
Have you ever been homeless before?
Yes, but it's always been saved within a day.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's awesome. But you have a lot of friends. You have a lot of friends that are homeless. So.
Yeah.
Like pretty much.
Yes, I do.
I mean, would you say that on those days that you were at your darkest, those other homeless people came in and kind of saved the day, or at least tried to take care of you?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're still hanging out with us bums. Fucking hey.
Yes, I am.
So, just as a normal person, we've all know about the arch and everything like that. Like, I mean, what do you think would help? Like, if you as a normal person, no, not the arch, just homelessness in general. What do you think would actually help the situation? Do you have an opinion?
Situation of homelessness and all.
Yes.
Well, you better get more land to put them on and just stick them there and put it in gates and just feed them.
Right, but I mean, they've tried to do this with the arch. They've tried to do it with everything else. You know, I mean, is there like? And I mean, honestly, you know, it's like I've been more of a bum than you have in life, and like honestly, I don't have an idea of a plan to fix that.
Okay, anyone who's fucking sick, who's fucking, you know, anyone who's disabled. Like truly disabled that is, you know, on the street deserves, you know, help. So they should be taken care of, you know, and money is no aspect at that moment. You know, it's...
But I mean, it is money. Like I talked with Terry the other day and he actually told me, he's like, yeah, it's money. We got these fucking investors, but they're only gonna give their money so far. They'd rather throw all their money in one pot because it's easier for all of them to do that, even if that one pot doesn't cash out.
If they realize what's going on.
But I mean, what is going on? Have you stayed at the Arch?
Have I stayed what?
Have you stayed at the Arch?
Have I stayed at the Arch?
Yeah.
I've taken my time and I've represented by serving food at the arch.
Right.
You know.
But I mean, what was that experience? Was that like community service? Was
No. I was a giver. What was the word that wrote on me?
Oh, I love that song.